loud voice when I start shouting. I'm Blythe and I'm the Chief Officer at Rosendale Council for Voluntary Service, which is a heck of a big mouthful. And I'm not going to go into a lot about, I'm sure a lot of you do know what CVS does, hopefully, and if you don't, then you need to speak to a member of staff who are all dotted about the building. So today is the culmination of quite a long piece of work in recognising the value and support we needed to launch a volunteer hub. For many years, CVS has been operating, supporting voluntary community-based sector since 1935. I haven't been around that long, but I have been with us for 20 years. So my background was in banking and I volunteered all my life. So today is about a piece of work that we did, recognising the gap that we had and saying, let's work with National Lottery Fund to see if we can launch and have some funding to support a volunteer hub. Because we recognise that, as I said, that it has been a gap for a number of years across the whole area. Part of my role is very much around supporting voluntary community-based sector, so I tend to work more at a strategic level. And my big mantra, as anybody who listens to me will say, it's about we need funding, volunteering is not free. We have amazing people who work in our sector and we have amazing people who do it for no payment either. A volunteer should never ever be out of pocket, it should be open for everybody to do and volunteer in a way that suits them. Whether that's for 1 hour or it's for however many hours a week. And without that, I think we saw during the pandemic and in more recent times, this country would have been struggling without all the amazing volunteers we have. They just jumped to it and they were there, driving, delivering food parcels, donating stuff, fantastic, amazing. And I think there's a lot people get from volunteering as well. So personally, I moved from working in a bank, which I hated, to being able to volunteer and then getting a paid role. I am not able to retire yet because, you know, I still have a job, which is wonderful. Every single day is different. Every single day I meet some phenomenal people, not least our volunteers, but we also have lots of opportunities. So yesterday, I don't know how many of you know, but the Duchess of York came to Burnley. And I wasn't politically aware of it initially, but one of our GPs, Dr. Fleming from Paddington, rang and said, why is CVS not involved in this? To cut a long story short, one of our volunteer drivers for community cars led the entourage throughout the day. It was a long day for him. It started at 6:30 in the morning, but he loved every single minute of it. Obviously, we will reimburse his costs for his fuel, etc., as we always do for every volunteer driver. But Tony had an amazing time. The Duchess apparently was absolutely lovely to him. She kept checking that he was okay. And telling everybody how wonderful it was. I also got the opportunity to meet her and she asked about volunteering and the amazing voluntary sector we have in Burnley, Penland, Rosendale and throughout East Lancashire, and she was really happy to hear all about it. So the more I pick up from you about some of the issues that you as voluntary sector organisations are facing, the more I'm able to give real examples when I'm talking to people who are so far removed sometimes that they don't always realise what's going on in their own backyard. It's really good that I can give them positive examples of the amazing work that goes on in our sector, but also some of the challenges that we have. Because volunteering isn't free. We've got to be able to cover expenses. We've got to make sure that you are supported to make sure that you understand safeguarding, confidentiality, all those sort of things that we're all being asked to do. So, as you can see, we are the only externally accredited volunteer centre in East Lancashire, but I think actually in Lancashire at the moment. That external accreditation was a huge amount of work to do, so I've got to thank Lisa for all her hard work in that. and all our staff, to be honest. Everybody did everything they could. Huge piece of work, because we had to evidence why we were so good at what we do, without being modest. Because what we constantly say is all these things, volunteers shouldn't be taken for granted, you should be rewarded, you should be appreciated. Because if you're not happy what you do, you just walk, or you go somewhere else where you will be appreciated. But without you, our sector would be shut out. We rely on them a whole amount for our organisation. We've got fantastic volunteers who come into this centre. We've got fantastic volunteers at our Yorkshire Street premises and across our whole area. All our trustees who take legal responsibility are volunteers as well, and they're nominated from our membership group. So they give their time to manage and be responsible for the whole organisation. So I keep laughing, I say I've got 14 bosses, but every one of them is absolutely amazing. So thank you all for coming. Are you going to do the health and safety?
Yes.
So I don't think we're expecting a fire drill, are we?
No.
So without more... Yeah, go on. See? Amazing. Without more ado, I'm going to hand over. So thank you all for coming. Really appreciate it. Keep on telling us the stories, see what else is going on, speak to our staff members so that we can really sell the importance of volunteering in everything that we do. So it's so important that we have a vibrant volunteer sector and ecosystem, because if we don't, so many people will really have worse general well-being than they do now. And I'm a big advocate, as you can tell. I was a volunteer and I'm where I am now. So thank you all for coming and thank you for listening, and I'm going to hand you over to Lisa. Lisa, that's Lisa. Michelle, who is our volunteer coordinator for this hub. Previously, Michelle worked with the integrated care system. No. You can tell all the acronyms, can't you? The initial response service, which is the mental health programme. Michelle came to us to work on that programme. When that funding and that job ended, she